Iran, Israel, and all the global nations when it comes to the economic situation that we're faced in. Well, this video once again is coming from Safmara, and the title of this video is Trump's Iran strategy explained in epic Lego animation. Ooh, you don't want to miss this one either because they all have been great Lego animated videos to help us to understand this war that we are embroiled in. So, with that being said, let's get straight to the video. And right after the video, we're going to go into the comments to see what others have to say about this war, especially this being told through the eyes of Legos. Take a look at the video, shall we?
Yeah. Yeah. Breaking news from the Lego Middle East Bureau tonight. We're breaking down the policy, examining every side. Donald Trump had a strategy called it maximum pressure. Let me walk you through the doctrine, every document and measure. This is geopolitical analysis in plastic brick form. How one administration changed the regional norm. Multiple perspectives, facts laid on the table. Lego minifigs, recreating events while we're able. May 8th, 2018, Trump pulled from the nuclear deal. Called the JCPOA the worst agreement ever sealed. Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action got the axe. Said the sunset clauses meant Tehran could just relax. And eventually build weapons when restrictions expired. Said the oversight mechanisms weren't what he desired. European allies disagreed. Said monitoring was working. IAEA reports show compliance. That's not shirking. Trump wanted a new deal, broader terms on the table. Ballistic missiles, regional proxies on the label. Not just nuclear centrifuge spinning in the TANs. Wanted everything covered in the compliance dance. Iran refused renegotiation of existing terms. Supreme Leader Khamenei said the deal must stay firm. This is where the strategy truly began to form. Maximum pressure campaign became the norm. Maximum pressure, that's the policy name. Sanctions on the oil, sanctions on the banks. Economic strain, isolate the regime. Cut off all the cash, force them to the table to watch the system crash. Maximum pressure, squeeze until they bend. No negotiations till the hostile actions end. That's the Trump approach in Lego brick detail. Now let's see how the strategy played out in this Treasury Department working overtime on sanction lists. Every sector targeted, tightening both fists. Oil exports were the primary revenue stream. Trump ended waivers, made the restrictions extreme. Secondary sanctions meant if countries bought the crude, they face American penalties. Economic feud, Iran's currency collapsed. The rial lost 70%. Inflation hit the population. Economic discontent. Banking sanctions meant transactions couldn't clear. Switch system access for major banks disappeared. Humanitarian goods were technically exempt by law, but the banking blocks made medicine purchases harder to draw. The strategy assumed that economic pain would force Iranian leadership to alter course. Either negotiate a broader deal with stronger terms or face internal pressure as the economy squirms. June 2019, U.S. drone shot down in the Strait. Iran said it violated airspace. U.S. caught it in international space. Trump approved retaliatory strikes and pulled them back. Shows economic pressure over military attack. September 14th, Saudi oil facilities hit by drones. U.S. and Saudi said Iran conducted the strikes from zones. Tehran strongly denied involvement in the attack. Houthi allies in Yemen claim they launched it back. Tensions rising higher, carrier strike groups deployed. Both sides playing chicken in the geopolitical void. In January 3rd, 2020, Soleimani's convoy hit some Soleimani killed Baghdad airport, that was it. Targeted killing justified as imminent threat prevention. Iran promised retaliation, regional tension, missile strikes on Al-Assad base. Injuries confirmed, both sides de-escalated before the conflict transformed. Abraham Accords shifted Middle Eastern ground. UAE and Bahrain normalized with Israel. Peace treaty signed. Sudan and Morocco followed in the normalization line. Supporters said it stabilized, reduced the threat design. Critics argued it isolated Palestinians and Iran. Deepened regional divisions in the larger plan. Saudi Arabia stayed unofficial but tacitly aligned. These diplomatic moves were part of the pressure combined. The theory was Iran would see coalitions form in regional isolation, plus the economic storm, and were forced to accept new terms and come around. But when Biden took office, no new deal happened. Iran responded by reducing JCPOA compliance, enriched uranium to 60% in defiance. Advanced centrifuge development accelerated fast. Nuclear program expanded compared to the past. Economic damage hit the population hard. GDP contracted, sanctions left them scarred. But the regime maintained power didn't collapse. No new negotiations despite the economic lapse. So that's the strategy. 700 words precise. Maximum pressure, sanctions, military, diplomatic spice. Supporters say it weakened our brand's regional reach. Critics say it brought nuclear breakout within breach. This has been your Lego News strategy brief.
All right, everyone, we gonna end it right there. Did you see that? awesome video. Once again, Lego done did it again, haven't they? What a great way to explain to us again the strategy that's going on in a war. You know, many of us, we have no clue about wars, you know, so to speak, you know, terminology used and everything, strategies and all that stuff. But when you bring it to us with a childlike demonstration, we can easily understand it. So again, this was awesome. Well, you just saw the great video there, and now we're going to get to the comments. That's the part you don't want to miss because you probably see this video. Out of all the views that showed on this video, we were able to get some of your comments. So let's take a look and see if you're part of the show today, shall we? So our very first comment is coming from Sherry Roslin. Says, keep them coming. This is amazing. Sherry, you got 45 thumbs up on that comment. And I'm like you, keep them coming. You know, if I get great reviews on these videos, I'm sure going to keep them coming. Okay. Tune in, Sherry, to the show. Let's take a look at another great commenter. This is coming from a Fortune Rama. Says, I'm so impressed by this Lego World News from the Lego Middle East Bureau. You got 82 thumbs up and one reply on that comment. Oh, you guys seeing this? We're getting news from the enemy that's better than the news that we're getting from our own nation. Can you just you can't help but to like these videos and to really pay attention to what they're saying. You can call it propaganda, you can call it whatever you want to term it, but what they're saying is you can understand it and you can relate. You know, they're telling the truth. Even remember that video we had where that American veteran said, I approve of this video. Okay, take a look at another satisfied viewer. This is coming from Penny Hatchie. Says, best newscast ever. Penny, you got 4 thumbs up on that comment. Yet and still, your comment mattered. Take a look at another commenter. This is coming from Antoinette and Kind. Antoinette, you know I like your name because that's my middle name. Okay. Antoinette says, incredible. Never thought I'd be looking for geopolitical updates on a YouTube Lego rap songs. These guys are on another level. Ooh, you got 4 thumbs up on that comment. Let me tell you exactly. That's how I felt as well, Antoinette. I'm like, this is coming from Legos and YouTube, giving me more information on this war than anyone else. It's almost like a miracle, right? It's like God sent it, right? I'm just saying, this is some good stuff. Let's take a look at another commenter coming from Prashan. I'm just going to say Prashan. Okay, and I told y'all about these names. You're going to be on the show. At least I guess I should pick some names I can pronounce, huh? But anyway, your comment matters whether I can pronounce your name or not. Take a look at Prashan. Says, dear Lord, give them a Nobel Peace Prize for explaining this to the masses. You got 60 thumbs up on that comment and one reply. See, all of these comments are in agreement to what I've been saying all along. The Lego World News, I'm telling you, they do need a Nobel Peace Prize. All right. Okay. You know, the person that started this war always saying he deserved the Nobel Peace Prize. No, no. We're saying the Lego do. We're saying the Lego deserved its Nobel Peace Prize. All right. All right, everyone. Hey, listen, that's going to do it for the show today. Thanks, everyone, for your comments. Why? Because your comments matter when it comes to the war that we are involved in. And we want to give a shout out again to the Lego World News. All right. All right, everyone. That's going to do it for us. So I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to Your Comments Matters. See you next video.